What do you want to see from the teams in this match? We touched on a little bit, like specifically, like what classes, like how do you want to see them play?
Honestly, from SD, I want to see potentially double recon. For sure. I don't want them to lean in too much in a support player here. It's way too easy just to get capped on by doing it. GB, just stick with what you're doing. Excellent assault player, excellent coordination, excellent positioning. Ace, maybe he can. Ooh, we're starting. Maybe he can play support, but probably should veer away from it.
All right, hopping in. Looks like we've got 3 assaults, 1 support, 4 assault, 1 support on GB, and Ace with that Supa. On the
As we
opposite
see a
side,
player drop for SD.
hopefully he can get back in time. That would be brutal to start first round to player down. We've got Lizard also picking up that support Supa. It looks like, I think he made it in.
Yeah, he's in.
Oh, thank God. Looks like we've got SD holding defensively, waiting for that flank from flank, but there's nobody on GP who's going to take that. Halcyon's the only one who would, and he clears the gap. So we'll see if he's able to pressure anybody in big.
He won't be able to flank elevator.
Oh, Buddy and Nagiel just like, hey, there's 2 of them, there's 2 of us, we just both nade them, right? Like that's how we play, right? That's what we do.
Forklift being a really deceptive area to hold. There's some long nade lines in there. You gotta be very careful.
Meanwhile, BK in a very disgusting spot. I like it. 4v1 GB. So, and hey, guess what? We were playing on this map before you guys ever started playing the game. Now it's just Halcyon, the lone player alive on SD who has to try and defend a cap.
So I'm very surprised here. Ace has been allowed to walk up as a support through the entire map with no contest until that double kill. He was in there half of the map when he pulled that kill off.
And he's
surprised.
He's holding the cap, so like well, I mean, GB needs to group up and get the ghost. Okay, there's 1 player left. You're running out of time here. This is a big map. It does take a long time to move the ghost, so you need to get there like now. Halcyon though, like if they're able to start moving the ghost, he'll be in a really rough spot. He's at a class disadvantage with his weight. Ace, you better pick up that fucking ghost. All right, good. Like he's just at a lot of disadvantages here. Like if they're able to just ram that ghost into the cap, he's gonna die trying to cap it. Otherwise, they will cap.
He's making use of his map knowledge, that little bent spot, but unfortunately, that's not going to cover both caps, and I think they're going to go for tank spawn.
That said, Ace is the one holding the ghost here. He literally can't call. He's also fat slow as a support. They've got 45 seconds. They're limited time here to move out and make a play here. So they spot out Halcyon though. That's huge. They know where he is. He's locked in. The only way for him to prevent this cap is to really honestly feed himself.
And as we speak about callouts, it's now where I say that both Ace and some other mutes, and they get that kill, have been practicing using team chat to make those callouts with distance and compass directions.
Oh, clever, clever, very smart.
Yep.
It looks like GB's really showing that like, hey, we don't need a player with the 5th mech. Like we actually like just playing off of them, which they're really putting on a clinic right now. I think, even though it's only the first round, that was very clean.
Yeah, SD are going to be very aware of the threat of Ace walking around with a Supa right now. They can't really allow him to do that freely anymore. With the double recon players we see from SD.
They're doing what you wanted. They're doing double recon and they're being aggressive. I love to see it. But Agile gets the trade. Yeah, the Lizard can't take that fight. He's got to back off. They do pin them in the tank spawn though, so if the rest of his team is able to move and pressure another area on the map, they can kind of maybe pin them. But they do have a close ghost. If GB realizes this, they could actually capitalize that. Oh, Lizard just jumping straight into Agile's arms there. SD's, they know where Agile is, but they don't want to go contest him. Looks like they want to go back and cover the ghost, which I think is honestly a good plan.
Ace is pushing office, so got to be very careful here. He will go to that cap.
They already have eyes on the cap zone. They're in a rough spot. They got enemy players on both sides of them here. They're really stuck there. Their only option is to go through vent, and guess what? That support can't fit through it. So, oh, what a nade! BK catching up Merit there. Now it's just Talbus. He's all alone. Dragonim's got to be the one to try and... He's on the ghost. He can fit the cap, but BK's not having it. He's like, you're going to be here. He knows.
I need to take some Naughty when it comes to the support player. Wow. Assault player rather. These grenades are perfect.
Oh man, like GB showing like, hey, we don't need to practice. We don't need to bug. We don't even need to play recently. We're still fucking good at this game.
Yep. Nothing's changed about this game other than the maps.
7-0 Agile, 7-0 BK, 7-0 Ace of Merc. Halcyon's pushing forward in Suicide. He's like, okay, I need to make something happen for my team. I'm the playmaker here. We gotta change the tides here. He's pushed up all the way to elevator already with no contest. We'll see if there's anybody waiting for him.
GB doing some heavy big play right now.
Like there's actually like one support slowly walking towards that elevator. We'll see if he falls into the Halcyon trap or not. Oh, he's toying with it. He's thinking about it. Thinks about it. Gets stuck on the ladder and then gets shot. It's not gonna win because he's too fat. You hate to see it.
SD need to be careful here as Ghost is walking up with the Ghost, Lamau. As we see him push up to forklift, he is paired up.
Halbus is kind of alone here, but if he's able to utilize the calls that Lizard's giving him, he might be able to make some plays happen. Merritt's also kind of split up from the team, which is fine, but you gotta start using those calls to call out those enemy players who are pretty static at the moment. They don't really want to fight you, they want to make you come to them. Because they know if they get one more kill, then they can just steamroll over the remaining 2 players.
As we see Putty with a super here, Ace with a ZRS.
I heard a super shot. Didn't get him though. Merritt. Full HP, no reg on that super, just whipping. SD's all together here. Now it's a 4v2. They've got the calls, they've got the classes, they just need to keep using this communication. Really, this is a very difficult map to ghost call on, so the fact they were able to get those 2 kills is huge. Oh. BK, good luck with the grenade! This man is on fire this match. He is on point with these nades.
I was going to commend SD as he do get Ace for their coordinated pushes, but BK proving that that is a double-edged sword.
One-man stand, Lizard versus BK. He knows where he is. He's got the fat. Can he take it out? He does.
Wow.
God, fucking BK, the absolute madman, just lobbing a grenade and getting 2 players, getting the 3rd players, almost getting the 4th, but just the fat on the support's just too much for him. Well played by both teams there. I thought that GB had the advantage because ghost calling's very difficult, but they managed to isolate those players and pick them off. And then GB equalizes with those grenades. Like, oh, just beautiful play this map.
SD learning firsthand that, just like other teams have learned, pushing through office is a nade zone. It's super dangerous.
Halcyon's still trying to get his aggressive recon play to work. I really wish that SD would give them a Supa or a like an MX just to allow him to make these breakaway plays. Because last round you saw he struggled to tear through the fat GB. Like even in that like small little instance, early net gain of 0. Both players just getting winched.
Also doing well to hold forklift early there, getting some damage on AGL, but it's 2v1 on that forklift. Halcyon needs to rotate.
Doesn't look like there's very many players interested in Suicide this round. Ironically, like, if SD pushed through, they'd get a pretty clean flank, I think. Conversely, like, GB just, like, ignoring it. So they, perhaps recognizing how SD's liking to play and not willing to take those risks.
Fight a choke here, but he gets double killed.
Quick trade by Barrett, though.
BK getting caught out.
Halcyon's desperately trying to block these players and shipping. But his weight class, like every time he sees a player, he has to just like chip them and run away. He can't like stay and fight just due to the weight class.
As he gets pulled back to spawn here.
Oh, he's trying to kill a support with a mill. So he does.
Oh, gets it.
Oh, what Chad.
Just saying, if it was Bauxite with a Carla, it would have killed him.
Alright, so 25 seconds on the clock. Agile's in a very strong spot at the top of Big. SD aren't sure where he is.
All of the nades going now. Does SD get the double?
Now it's all up to Marimo. like it's got 50 seconds on the clock. They do have to move the ghost all the way to the cap. Can Marmo stall them long enough to get a tie, or just like keep them from coming out?
I think he could kill them.
He does have a
on
grenade.
SD.
Whiffs it.
Oof. Maybe a little bit too early there on the grenade.
Looks like SD's trying to all group up together with Halcyon on the flank on the upper side. Let's see if they can get the timing down this time.
They've got to make that push.
Oh, he sees Marmo.
Nice.
Well played by Halcyon. Maybe learning from the last time they did this that he doesn't want to just jump out too aggressively and be bait. Like, take a peek, see if you can see him first, and just get a clean kill.
So 2-2 here, even playing field. A much more tense map here that we're seeing in comparison to Snowfall.
I mean, it's we're just equalizing so much quicker on this map. It was 3-3 before, now it's 2-2. Very even XP across the board. Looks like SD need another pause though. That's worrying. They also missed their chance. Looks like Halcyon's finally going that flank route. I think that it was underutilized maybe in some of the previous rounds, so looking to get some aggressive play in big here maybe. Oh, he sees a player, when will he shoot him? I think he's just gonna call him out, won't fight him.
That's very smart. Oh.
Oh no. Not like this. Well, BK's in a very disgusting spot. They have really good control with big. Like, I don't want to see SD push into there unless that's with a full team, because you will die.
But evening it out, but taking a lot of damage to
It looks like that's what they're setting up for. They've got two players moving through big connector.
Yeah.
But that top position, Ideal, like, he's got the height advantage. You can't push out there unless he's distracted.
And all it takes is one nade down into that connector and they're both dead.
Yeah, SD, like, all three up on the spot. They really want to push it, but they're not even smoking out with the support here. They're really just stalled. Like, they're clearly not sure what to do here. They're like one man stalling a three-man push.
Oh, a little bit too early on the grenade there.
Looks like they're rotating back to maybe try and go through suicide to big, but honestly, I would have much preferred them to go from spawn. Like, you've had the time to rotate through office. You've had the time to go elsewhere. You guys are kind of just banging your head against the wall right now. Which GB is happy with. They're like, hey, we don't need to push. Like, fuck it.
Yeah, double support, double assault, trying to push up against a defensive team like GB. You see the fight on forklift. Talibus gets theirs.
So now they're doing it. They're finally coming in from the spawn. They've taken their time. They're finally putting pressure. But do they have enough time to kill the players, get the ghost, and force the cap? Marmo stalling him out. Agile, or Putty's like also just hiding on the ghost. Right, he's the last one, but it's timed out. They ran out of time.
Very close. They did almost get it.
Very narrow for save for GB there. Like,
Putty's doing smart there to pull back to the ghost.
you didn't see it, buddy. You didn't see it. I'm not gonna say what it was, but you didn't see it. All right, well, we got a pause here. So BK is the first sergeant in the map, so he will have access to Assault MX. Stability, brother. So we get a little bit of a breather here for both teams. This has been a very tense match so far. Like 2-2 this map, 7-6 last map. Already had a tie so far this map. These teams are very evenly matched right now.
Yep, really pulling in that like good quality play that we saw from the first map, continuing here into the second.
Halcyon's been really struggling to make this work. He's obviously at the top of the team right now, so he's been making it work, but he hasn't been able to.
Yeah,
last round he just saw the back of the support and like wasn't able to actually like capitalize on that till later. But the intel was important.
We are live.
Alright, back into it. We get some more fat on SD. Still 2 support, 2 assault, 1 recon.
Ace has gone back to assault.
5 assault stack on GB.
As he gives away his intention in public chat.
Hey, he's calling where he's going now. Are they going to think he's actually going to go there, or he's not going to go there? Not that they know. Spoiler, he is going there. Oh, Halcyon, Opium Big on a huge player.
Yep, that's the impact we're expecting to see from a player like Halcyon. Ace holding elevator with a super.
He's got that MX now, so he can really get some explosive kills, unlike with that JDS. Looks like SD are slowly moving up suicide, maybe wanting to pressure. Oh, Dragonum gets a kill. 5v3 now. Looks like. Oh, that almost got 2 points, buddy, with that grenade. Agile, quick getting equalizing. Now it's 3v3. Talibus, like, is so fucking lucky that his teammate, like, absorbed him because he's at 33 HP and he was, like, 2 steps behind him, so. Well, that's what it'll teach you a lesson about spacing right there. 2v2, teams equalizing, holding big. Agile holding big with them.
Consistent trades here. Good coordination from both teams to be able to keep that fight even. That
said, slight HP advantage for SD here because they have the support that's at full HP.
Good point.
Agile's also only at 19, so like a bullet grazes him, he's gonna fucking explode.
And Lizard does have that MX.
Meanwhile, Lizard and Dragon M aren't, like, Lizard's smoking his teammate? What? Like, your teammate's in there, Lizard. What are you smoking?
Oh, 1 HP on Agile.
Click. Oh, and he looked like he lagged out. That's unfortunate. He just kind of, like, stood T-posing for a second, so it looks like this might be a tie-out unless, oh, Dragon! No. There was a second there where the glass would have protected him, but Agile gets around it, and
1 HP.
10 seconds left on the clock. 1 HP. GB takes the win.
It's very unfortunate for Lizard there. Although I will say that even if he didn't disconnect, that grenade would have killed him.
Yeah, it's just very, very unfortunate timing there. That once again that this match has been cursed from the start.
Oh, GB pushing through tank spawn.
Well, Halcyon's deadpacking the ghost. I do like to see it, although it is a close ghost, so limited play there, especially if you're going to move forward to elevator instead of back. If you put forward too fast and die as recon here, that's going to do nothing for you. Looks like Ace is considering elevator and then decides against it. He's like, nope, I don't want it. It's scary. GB looking to group up and maybe put that straight stairwell. Holding very slow pushes from GB this round, whereas SD's just holding angles. Looks like SD is the ones on the defense this round.
And it's SD pick off that from Ghost.
Good trades on both teams here. SD coming out on top because they got that first kill. But he got equalized, but is immediately taken down by the other player in the spiral.
Yep, Ghost showing the lethality of the MX here.
Now, Agile's working up towards the ghost. They can get a quick cap here, but the problem is Halcyon ready with that dead? Wait, is Halcyon dead? I think he is dead. So, Agile, you need to go. You need to go. If you just go, you can go. You win. No, all right, I lied.
Very quickly.
They're just exploding.
Seen a bit of a split from GB there. We had players getting picked off around office, and then other players around elevator.
Good defense from SD. Thank you. I'm getting too excited. I'm leaning in too much.
Yeah, so was I.
All right, 3-3 once again. Even rounds.
And similar compositions.
Moving up through the server. He's on the ghost. Doesn't see anybody at elevator. Will he keep going or will he just wait? Last time he did this, he got a support to the face, but I don't see anybody on GB actually holding this route. I don't see anybody holding spawn even, so he doesn't know it, but he's got a free flank route if he wants it.
Yep, this is the second round in a row where Halcyon has had this unfortunate, and Lizard getting BK.
Lizard's really upset that his net failed him that round. Now he wants blood.
As Halcyon is rotating back to forklift.
Yeah, he's really confused because he hasn't seen any player yet, so he's getting good intel for his team. They're isolating where the GB players can be, and it's looking like that's starting to pay off. Oh, Agile, though. Gets 2. Can he get the 3rd? Nade goes out, but it's not in the right spot. Will he re-peek Agile? He's thinking about it. He's thinking about
MX v MX.
Oh.
But it's 2v1.
This is a 10 spot. Who's going to peek who first? Oh, Barry comes out. A team kills him. Oh, that's so heartbreaking.
Oh, you gotta feel for Halcyon right there. He did nothing wrong.
Sorry, 2v2 here. Looks like Halcyon and Merritt are pretty close together. Marmo's holding the office with Putty, so all the both teams are kind of like aware of each other a little bit, but also not really wanting to fight each other. Until Putty exposes himself, but doesn't get winged. It's away safe.
Alcyon doing well not to take any damage there, as a recon could have very easily died. And gets Putty.
That's a sign of a great player. He expected the grenade, waited for it, and then pushed. And he gets away.
Beautiful backwards B hop there.
Guess what? There's no time. So
was that early enough?
No, it doesn't matter. They're still dragging him alive. So, time again.
But, so, for those who may not have seen it there, Halcyon doing the backwards B hop while firing with the MX down the forklift stairs and escaping. Excellent play. Although it didn't get them the round.
It gave them a real shot at winning, though. Like, if he had been able to re-peek, or if the enemy player pushed too aggressively and they killed him, then that's the only way they win that round. There was no time to get the ghost. Your other teammate was too far away to help you. It was definitely an excellent attempt to win 1v2. Halcyon getting a pick early at Tachikoma and then getting the fuck out. He's like, okay, I killed one. I'm good. Bye.
GB is looking to push elevator here, but SD did have someone watching that angle.
Oh, Ace finds Halcyon with that super though. They do have somebody watching elevator, so if Aljo goes up, he's gonna get fucked. But he looks like he's trying to peek it to see if somebody's there, but catches him with a nade out, but still dies anyways.
Smart from Dragon there. Wasn't constantly peeking. Didn't take any damage for that kill.
It's like Lizard went back to spawn to kind of defend the cap. Team kills us from. Putty taking out Ace here. Really unfortunate. He's also at 1 HP. Oof.
Yeah, you gotta be careful with those Zerg pushes when you're 2v1. It's too easy to stand in front of each other's firing lines.
It's not like Lizard's that much healthier. He's only at 2 himself and he's freezing. Oh no,
Oh.
Lizard, please come back. We need you.
He's back.
It looks like he was really hoping to get the ghost here and start making calls for his team. It's a wise choice considering how low he is.
So we've got Putty holding office here with 1 HP. Nearly gets Dragon.
It looks like they're trying to move it up through big here. Putty's in spiral. BK's trying to get behind them at big, get the flank while they don't see him. And they don't. He get the third, he doesn't. But they know where Merritt is, but Putty's only at 1 HP. This is a very safe tie from. Don't go for it, Putty. You're a bad man if you do. He's thinking about it. Well played from BK there, really stalling out the push. Oh, kill, cheeky Putty. It's like, I might be at 1 HP, but I know where you are.
I'd be feeling good about yourself if you're able to get that pick off as we go on to round 10. And even scores 3v3. Tied Tokyo.
Yeah, 4 ties so far this map, really showing that both teams are very effective at playing this map, and that when they have an advantage, the other team is very good at stalling out the time so that they're unable to press it to a win.
No changes from compositions here for either team.
Yeah, Halcyon's been doing quite well with that GDS on this like tight corridor map. It's really impressive, honestly. He's playing these long sight lines and just getting chip damage or getting a kill if the player can't find them. Looks like GB has decided that full defense is the name of the game, though. Putty's the only one who's like, okay, wait, did Putty? Okay, hang on, I'm done. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say, did Putty go across the pit? He did. They spawned on that side. I'm dumb. Looks like 3 SD players roaming around the connector server. Big connector area.
And Halcyon pulling back just at the wrong time there. He doesn't see this push on forklift right now.
He gets away though. That's the most important part. 4v4. Now players are moving around. It's the camp time is over. We are now hunting for players on all sides here. Merritt's in an interesting spot. Getting backed up by one of his teammates here. He's looking at Big like he wants to go in. I don't know if I agree with that play. Not from Suicide, at least. But Marimo's not looking. Oh,
You got
peek.
3 GB in there in Big, so they can get the
He's in a great angle with the nade. Oh, that bullet hit the grenade. I don't know if that actually is able to deflect or not. Oh, and shield. Double kill. Nade, though, coming out. Oh, that could have been a triple for Merritt if the other GB players didn't pull back. Halcyons looks like he's just holding it. Looking like he's trying to just stall this out. They got 10 seconds left. Can they get him in time? They need to be full on running towards the ghost, full on running towards spawn, but they're not going to find him. There's not enough time.
No, you're not going to find Halcyon if he's sitting behind crates like that in tank helis.
That said, GB is up around. It is 4-3. At some point, SD needs to equalize this. They got 5 rounds left to do. Oh no, it's still 3-3. Oh my god, this match is incredible.
SD probably should really be a bit more aggressive here if they want to start getting more points on the board.
Yeah, just feed Halcyon that MX, or you know, I think that one round that they did the 2 recon rush, I think that was actually quite effective for them. But putting a jetpack on the elevator is definitely a more defensive play. So that's looks like what SD's leaning into this round as well, at least early.
Yeah, SD holding elevator like that as Putty gets tally.
Talibus has kind of consistently pushed by himself a lot this match and kind of paid the price. To follow up. Merritt's got a good flank on the straight stairwell if he keeps pushing up, or on this player in office. But there's 2 of them versus just him, so if he's not careful...
I think he's going to get picked off.
Oh, he's going to hit himself.
Yep.
Unfortunate. Office play from GB this round, so looks like it's paying off. Now BK's calling with the ghost. Lizard and Halcyon are holding the spawn. Halcyon's not going to be very effective at that. He's got a GBS. It's a very big open area, so he's going to have to try and get a jump on somebody if he's going to equalize this round.
On someone, or try and find a pickup.
Looks like he's hiding in the smoke, actually. Kind of smart. Also, all enemies GB is assault. And then Ace just... Oh, wow. Lizard losing that too. That's brutal. The 1v1 is a support. You're really hoping to win that, but Ace's bullets are stronger than his, so he takes it out. Now that one is 4-3. I didn't predict it. Okay? You know, it's gonna happen anyway. So now they've got 2 lieutenants on GB. Do they do any of the lieutenant weapons? I don't actually agree with it unless you're feeding an AA to a recon or doing some specific rounds. AA would be the only weapon on this map that you could use. So the SRS is terrible. It's too close quarters. PZ,
for
same thing.
And again, the same composition for SD here.
Halcyon's hopping around trying to find somebody, but GB's locked up pretty tight. Armo's holding kind of a useless area, but like maybe hoping that Halcyon is there, but Putty's also in that section, so not very likely. SD trying to pressure this big connector again. Looks like there's nobody here to defend them this time, so can they actually get out? They do. Very important timing. They get Putty before they're able to move the ghost out. So they can pressure the ghost here.
Yep. Forced to drop that ghost, keep that gun so you don't get caught out. Although the call-outs would be important right now.
Yeah, it's just he's too scared of getting pushed because he is alone. Like, he's got the entirety of SD between him and his team. Agil's looking for that trade here. Trying to find some Lizard. Finds Merritt instead. It's like they double team Lizard there. He tried to get the trade, but it was caught out instead. Now it's a 4v1, and they do have time on the clock. And that's, again, Halcyon's the last one left alive with a recon weapon that's just not suited to 4v1ing. He's got to really hope he finds a ZRS or an MX or something.
GB consistently making excellent use of those double pairings, doubled up, very tight, although you are nade vulnerable, but SD aren't really doing much.
There's no way. GB, you can't do this. It's a pit. What are you doing, GB? GB, you fools. You're supposed to know the map. I thought they were all going to try and do the assault hop and just feed themselves to the pit. I would have loved that. I would have given them major props for that. But you can't get the ghost across that pit. It's clipped off. So they kind of put themselves in a tough spot here. They do have plenty of time on the clock still, but it gives Halcyon the time to pick off a player who's alone. They've spread out in the meantime.
And again, it's up to Halcyon to make the play.
He gets an important pick.
Does he pick up the MX? No, he doesn't.
Oh, beautiful tie here from Halcyon. Making something from nothing. There's no way that he should have brought this run back. They had 4 players. They had a minute on the clock, and he couldn't capitalize.
Ace getting that final kill as we probably is expected, but not maybe in that way. So SD, what we're seeing here is, it's been mentioned in chat, SD are losing trades without having that extra person there to support their teammate. They're nearby, but they're not in the sight line. Maybe you gotta group up a little bit.
Continuing same class as both teams. No LT weapons from GBO. They're moving up pressure and suicide, but then hold. It looks like Halcyon's considering going that flank route. I'd really like to see him do that and try and backstab some players. They don't have anyone. They do have one player watching their ass, so he is at risk here if he hops out. But wisely, he's like, nope, they're watching it. I'm back.
SD getting some early damage there, and they pushed elevator.
Ace catches them napping.
Yeah, looking the other way. They weren't watching the direction they were pushing. Unfortunate.
Yeah, they both looked the same direction, like at the same time, and just serendipity there. Ace peeks. I was like, oh, yeah, I'll take a double kill. Dringing him, holding it down though. He's like, nope, I'm not letting you push through office. Kelly's here to back him up. I'm gonna get the trade. He does.
There we go. There's the trade from Talibus. That's what we like to see.
And Halcyon's gonna meet up with Ace here, perhaps. He does. There's another player to help him out though, so he doesn't want to fight 2v1. So he's gonna try and reposition and bait him into him instead. Good call. Will Ace fall for it? He doesn't. He's thinking about it, but. Oh no, Ace feeds himself to that support, so now BK's in a 1v2, and they have 2 players up with full health. They do need to pick up that ghost, though. Talibus is right by it. He needs to pick it up.
He's 100 HP. He's support. He can take the shots.
Alright, and here's the do or die time. Halcyon doesn't find BK, but he needs to pick up that gun. BK is surprised to see Halcyon there. He was not expecting that.
Pushes anyway.
It was a good
to push
from BK.
Like that.
He just did not have enough HP. He knew that if he backed off, they would just 2v1 him. So that was his only chance there. So well, a good attempt by him, just didn't pay off. And we are at round 14 out of 15. We are at the same spot we were at last map, -3 rounds on each team. And so there's two rounds left in this map.
SD again, same composition, single recon.
Do you know what he's got this time though that he hasn't had all match?
Oh, he's got the super.
He's got the super. I want to see some fireworks, Halcyon. No, I don't want to see you. I mean, fine, I get it. They're campy. You want them to come to you. Fine.
Fine. Yeah, gets picked off early.
2 GB players going through the pit. What? Did I see that? Why? Buddy, I want to see you make the jump. Go, buddy. Go. Go. Go, buddy.
He's wary of Halcyon taking that route. He's never taken that route.
He did once. A straight stare fight, Lizard. They could 2v1 this player.
Grenade coming in.
Goes in. Oh, that deal just stuck. He can't go anywhere. Now it's a 5v2, and they have a full minute on the clock plus ghost time. It's up to Maru and Putty are together, but they are in a really bad spot. Like this is like the worst spot for them to be in right now, in my opinion. There's very few places for them to go. If SD was aggressive enough, they'd be able to punish this, but it looks like they're taking their sweet time to get the ghost.
It looked like we saw some smart pairing play there, but they have just all split up. Careful here, because GB are working as a pair. They could mow down each person one by one. Halcyon going elevator.
SD wasting a full 30 seconds on the clock here, not even picking up the ghost yet. So now they're going to be a little under the gun to pressure this cap, because they'll have a and this has given GB time to get the spots they want to defend. He's in a very, well, he was in a very silly spot. Now he's trying to figure out where he wants to sit.
Come on, no hesitation, just push it up.
Marumo's sitting in a spot that not very many people do, but they're both like, I think they're both panicking a little bit here right now, both Marumo and Putty. They're like, oh god, where are they going to come from? We got to keep, like, I think if you just picked a spot and stuck to it, you'd be much better off here. That said, they are trying to confuse the ghost carrier, like where they are, so that is also important to just keep the ghost carrier tense. But 30 seconds left. They got to make some moves.
Get that push. Yeah, hesitation on which direction to take it is really played against.
Super on Halcyon actually hurting him here with his long sight line. He gets a very important first kill. With his one left, 10 seconds. Marumo can't hold it down. When it's time to clutch, SD brings out a very important round win.
I'm quite surprised neither of them held a grenade for that, but maybe they spent it early.
We are in the opposite position as last map. Last map, GB was up 1 round. This map, SD's up 1 round, and it is the last round once again. So now the shoe's on the other foot. Can GB break out of that defensive playstyle, make some play happen on the map, and get the win? They can't tie, they have to win. Ace is saying, hey, I gotta win, I'm bringing an AA.
And Halcyon flying through elevator here, very aggressive push. Gets the early pick with the super.
You'd love to see it. This is what I was hoping to see from him all game. It wasn't able to do this until now when he finally got Lieutenant. Now GB's really in a rough spot. What do you do here? Like, you've got to break open the map, but you're already a player down.
And SD's momentum has seemingly stopped.
But they're okay with that. They don't have to move at all. It's GB here who has to make the plays. They know that. That's why SD's just like, hey, we're going to sit. You can run at us. We're gonna kill you. We're just going to make sure you can't win the round. Oh, Edgio gets a very important kill there, though. But trade. Oh no, Merritt taking down Ace. That AA did not pay off for him there. So now it's 2v4. If there's a man who can clutch it out, it's BK, but he doesn't get that player. Now he's kind of in a rough spot. No, BK, you can't get down from there. No, BK, you can't get down from there.
Merritt. Finds nobody.
Alright, Marumo's just sitting in server. Sorry, Marumo. Right now, you gotta be moving. It's your last round. You can't tie. You've got 25 seconds. You need to get kills. You need to advance the ghost. You gotta do something other than just hold one spot. And BK's trying, but he's not finding anybody, and there's no way he's gonna be able to find 4 players in the 15 seconds that are left in the round. So, looks like we're going to map 3.
Yep. And chat going mad right now, screaming for them to push. I agree.
It's one of GB's failings is that when they need aggression, they really struggle to do so, especially on this map. So, well done by SD. 5-4. God, what a match.
Yep. I know some players in chat right now maybe have some critique for some of the player here, but you got to understand that GB are quite a conservative team, and their way of playing has really did pay off in the first map. So they kept doing it in the second map, didn't quite work out for them. And SD, you got to understand that from their perspective, after what happened in the first map, probably is a little bit hesitant and trying to be a bit more conservative as well.
Important thing to note, this is the first match of the tournament that has gone to the 3rd map. So far, every team has won 2-0. This is the first match that's actually gone the distance, so it's been a very tight match so far. I'm really excited to see what the teams are going to bring to the table here.